Hello friends. Today's video comes with a story. So I found this piece of beautiful green scrap wood and immediately it screamed Christmas trees, right? Rustic Christmas trees. So I cut them out with my miter saw, and then I was cutting some spindles, and either I wasn't holding the spindle correctly, tightly enough, because I was, just going at it like I normally do, or my saw blade is dull, which totally could be a possibility as well. And boom. Yeah, we had a little accident. No lacerations, only soft tissue damage, but still hurts like crazy. So my video only has a few projects in it today. It's a quick video, so I appreciate it if you'll watch it all the way to the end and don't fast forward through it because it's a short video. And they're really cute projects. I got 2 projects out of the one piece of wood, the 2 Christmas trees. Just show you how you can really make good use of that wood. And then just rustic salvaged wood Christmas decor. Let's get crafting. Okay, before the mishap in the woodshed, I went out and I cut that piece of wood. I cut at the angle that I wanted for my Christmas tree shape, and then I had those 2 pieces left over, so then I just cut the bottoms of them off, and I'm going to attach them together to make a second Christmas tree. So we're going to use every piece of this beautiful piece of wood that we possibly can and not throw very much of it away. I'm trying to find a green that matches so I can paint the cut edges and aviary. I'm trying to decide which one, and aviary matches it perfectly. So I painted all the raw cut sides with it, and then I actually took some dark wax and dirtied it up so that it looked like the worn, dirty wood. This was a piece of salvaged wood I got for free when I went and met up with a guy that I met on Facebook Marketplace. He had his backyard full of scrap wood and spindles that he was giving away for free. I was in heaven, and we are now friends. His name is Jake, and he is an amazing guy that's very creative, and he does a lot of cool things. And yeah, we're friends. And so now you can see I'm just putting some dark wax on there to make it match. I'm going to use a little piece of a skewer to attach. If you've watched my channel at all, you know this is my favorite way to attach 2 pieces of wood. And, we're just going to stick that in there. And, they make dowels to do this with, but we're not going to buy anything that we don't have to. So I'm going to drill that hole out, make it fit, make it match up, and then simply just glue it all together. I'm going to use the Titebond Quick and Thick because it works awesome with wood, and I'm going to put a generous amount on there, and then I'm going to put just a tiny little bit of hot glue for a quick hold until that Titebond sets up. And it says quick and thick, and it does set up quick, but I can't clamp it because of the angle of the wood. There probably are clamps, but I don't have any. So I use that hot glue just to help me out. Now, the spindles. This was an old Jenny Lynn crib. You might recognize it if you're old enough. And it has the holes where the other rungs come into it. So I filled it with some sawdust off the floor of the shop and some Titebond Quick and Thick. I saw this somewhere in one of my, mini watchings, and I just mixed it together in a little cup, and I filled the holes, and it dried super hard. And then I just took my little finger sander and I sanded and sanded and sanded. And I would have probably used my orbital sander, but it would have sanded down those beautiful little ridges. So I just sanded these down and left a little bit of that darkness. I'm showing you how beautiful it made those little knot holes. And I'm not going to paint these. I'm going to use a generous amount of dark wax by DIY. Now, aviary is a DIY paint color, and so is this dark wax by DIY. I get all my DIY products from Sammy at unicorndustdesigns.com. Her website is always linked in every video. Please go over and check out her website for all your IOD DIY Saltwash products and all kinds of thrifted and upcycled beautiful decor. Now I'm not going to wax that whole entire piece that's going to attach to the bottom of our tree, because I want the glue to attach nicely. Now I'm going to go back over it with just a little bit more. I have some of that dark wax left in my brush, and I wanted it to be just a little bit darker. So I'm going to add a little bit more of that dark wax just around the edges. That's just my preference. That was the look I wanted today. Tomorrow, I may not want this look, but today, I wanted this look. So, yep, there we go. I must have showed you just a little bit extra because the video needed to be just a little extra longer. So I'm trying to decide which spindle I want on which tree. Which one I want to be taller, which one I want to be shorter, and this is what I went with. I drilled a hole in each one of these. I'm going to use a little skewer, a little stick. Same method. Love this method, love this method. Using my Titebond Quick and Thick. Going to squeeze a little bit of glue. It's getting down to the bottom, so I have to store it upside down. Shake it down, shake it down. Get that glue in the holes. Squeeze it down in there. Get a little bit on there. And same method. Get that skewer down in there, in that glue. And then, what am I doing? Oh, a little more glue. Just a little more glue. A little more just for good measure, right? If you put your cup of sugar, then you have to put just another pinch for good measure. Same way with glue. I'm trying to decide which I want to be the front, which I want to be the back, and where I want that filled in hole, which I'm calling my knot hole, because I didn't paint over it. You can see it, which I'm fine with because it makes it look more rustic. Now, I have these rusted stars I got at Goodwill, and the sides of them are, they're not really sharp, but they're metal, and the tops of these trees, it's kind of soft wood, so they kind of cut the wood as you poke it down in there. I don't know how else to explain that. Gonna put just a very simple little shoestring twine bow, because every project that I do needs some kind of bow. Twine, canvas drop cloth, chiffon ribbon, something. I'm going to use a little bit of the super glue. What is this? It's the super glue that you get from Dollar Tree. I'm going to put it on the back side, and then I'm just, can you see that that's just sliding right down in that wood? And then I put it on the back side, and once it dried, it's on there. So this project is complete. So let me know what you think about this Salvaged Wood tree project with the little spindles. I think they are just adorable. They will be for sale on my Whatnot show. Then I had these yard dice, and the kids never played with them, so I decided I was going to upcycle them. I'm going to use the Liquid Patina Dark and Decrepit by DIY, and I'm going to use an old brush. It's a what am I trying to say? Come on, help me out. The bristles are stiff. It is a stiff bristled brush. Okay, and I'm kind of dry brushing it. Now, I didn't sand this first, so it's a little bit slick. So this is not absorbing in there, which is fine. I'm just going to dry brush it on there. I just need a little bit of color on there. I don't want a lot of color. Oh, I did sand that a little bit, and then that with the 5 dots. But then I decided, no, I want to do this first. You know, it's just a process with me. It's like squirrel. Or there's a couple of my friends that will understand when I say hawk. It's kind of an inside joke. Anyway, so here we go. I'm going to just dry that up a little bit where it's not, you know, there's no residue. We want it to be dry. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy little finger sander. If you do not have one of these, I highly recommend it. I do believe I have it listed in my Amazon store. The link to that store is in my description box. And all the goodies I love to craft with, or things that I actually have bought and crafted with, are down in there. It's in the description box, the Amazon storefront. You just click on that and it will take you there, and you can see all the fun things to craft with. This is what all the sides look like, and look how dirty my hands are from that. It's okay, it washes, right? And I'm going to take a soft old piece of t-shirt and just buff it out, and then just that dark wax that was left in that brush from the previous project, I'm just going to rub it all over. I got this beautiful bottle brush tree at Walmart. I think I paid $2.50 for it, and it has a very heavy plastic bottom to it. It was a little bit tough to get off there. And then a lot of berries went flying. I just glued them back on with some hot glue. I'm going to drill a hole right in the center of the number 4. I don't even know why I chose the number 4. I just decided whatever numbers I wanted to show, I don't know, just pick the side I wanted. Used my little handy dandy tabletop vacuum to get all of the sawdust off of there. That tree was making a mess, my friends. Everything was shedding. I was just gluing stuff back on there. Gluing those berries back in. And then I put just a tiny little bit of hot glue in there just to hold that tree in. And then I took a thicker jute twine and wrapped it around the base of it just a couple times and just tied it in a knot. I didn't do a bow, I just tied it in a knot, and I frayed the ends of it just a little bit so that it, you know, I don't know, it's supposed to be kind of salvaged and rustic looking, so I think that looks a little salvaged and rustic. You know, we're a little salvaged and rustic without Jesus, and he still makes us look beautiful, just like this thing looks beautiful. So let me know what you think about this. Again, all the projects in this video will be at the Whatnot live auction following this at 6 Central Standard Time. Thank you so much, friends, if you made it all the way to the end of this quick video. I appreciate you sticking around. Be sure that you give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment below, and make sure you're subscribed. Don't forget to tune in at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time for our Whatnot live auction. If you're not familiar with that, click the link in the description box below and it'll take you right to it. But most of all, remember to be still and know that He is God.